Hello everyone, Brian and PS4 Trophies. Welcome to God of War on PS4. We are in Council of Valkyries, and I want to thank PlayStation for providing me with a copy of this game. It's going to allow me to show you some dragons. I'm going to show you 3 dragons in God of War here, and you got to free 3 dragons in order to earn the Danger Skies trophy. So here is dragon number 1. Me and Atreus are going to free him eventually. This is actually just gameplay from me going through here, and at this point I really had no idea what I was doing. A lot of the game kind of incorporates certain puzzle aspects, whether it be finding the best way to approach combat with specific types of enemies, or trying to get a chest, find a collectible, or in this case, free a dragon. And saving this dragon is actually just a side quest. Side quests in this game are called favors. And this one requires me to break open these 3 seals and then kind of go to the anchor to release the dragons. So that is one of the dragon shrines that we need to find and destroy. And as we are going through here, we got to deal with a whole bunch of enemies. Me and Atreus make an awesome team. Kratos, you know Kratos from all the other God of War games that have come out. But Atreus, of course, is his son, and he brings an awesome kind of dynamic to the combat by firing arrows. And you can actually tell him to fire arrows by hitting the square button, and it's actually quite seamless in how well that is. Once you kind of get the handle of the Leviathan axe and Atreus's arrow ability, kind of get that down and memorize all of that, it actually is very, very well done and very fluid. We have actually here, if you notice, this enemy is a traveler type enemy, and he drops a bunch of components for you to craft traveler armor. And there's actually a trophy for that. Forget the name of it, but you got to craft a set of the traveler armor. So you want to make sure you always pick up his components that he drops when you do kill him. As far as other trophies go, there are no missable trophies in this game, which is awesome. There are a bunch of collectibles. You're going to have to complete a bunch of trials, kind of challenges, similar to how every other God of War game has done that in the past. So you'll have to do that. Those are kind of tricky, but you could do those as well as this entire game on any difficulty, which is kind of nice. So we're going to break open another shrine here. Now, again, thanks to PlayStation for providing this to me. I don't want to reveal too much if you don't want it to be revealed. This is just a side quest, not a big deal, but there is a reveal in this game, and I will be showing it inadvertently at around the 6-minute mark of this video. So cut out before that 6-minute mark, because honestly, it's one of those things that kind of when I discovered it, I had goosebumps and I had a tear in my eye. I honestly did. Actually, twice I teared up during this game. Once at the ending, and then for the other thing as well. So I just want to point that out. There are no other major spoilers at all in this game, because this is just a side quest. This is the first of 3 dragons. I guess that's a spoiler, knowing that they're there. Can't completely avoid spoilers. Now I have destroyed all the shrines. Now I just got to go to the anchor here and release the dragon. First, I can't do anything while you're still in combat. I'm over here trying to figure out how to interact with it. Kind of learning as you go. That's kind of the point of these games, is the self-discovery. Nothing in this game is too difficult. There are a lot of puzzles in this game. However, nothing is just too complicated that you can't figure it out. A lot of it is mostly obvious, but the puzzles are actually, I feel like, a good mix of difficulty and frustration. There's a good balance there. It doesn't frustrate you too much. Now this dragon isn't trying to kill me. The third one we go to free will try to kill me. I don't know why. I'm trying to set it free, but for some reason it doesn't allow me. Now I'm gonna say right off the bat, this is a must-buy game. This is amazing. This is my favorite PlayStation 4 game of all time. And that's including The Last of Us, by the way. I feel like the writing in this game is even better than The Last of Us. And the dynamic between Kratos and Atreus, and how that relationship goes from point A to point B, and everything in between. It is a better written game than The Last of Us, in my opinion. You can make your own judgment on that. So that is dragon number 1, Fafnir, I think his name is. I don't spend any amount of time learning how to pronounce names before I make videos. Probably something I should be doing. So free dragons, that is this quest we are doing here, or favor, or this is actually a labor, technically. But basically a side quest. Now we're going to go up to Konungsgard, I think is how you pronounce it. A bunch of things going up there, a lot of blue icons. I'm kind of in the middle of another side quest while doing this one. This is dragon number 2, Regin, I think is how his name is. But the exact same thing as the first dragon. You just got to find the 3 shrines, come back to that anchor to release the dragon. Now you may notice that it's snowing. It starts snowing after you beat the game. So at this point, I'm in the post game. It took me, I'd say, roughly 40 to 50 hours to get through the main story. However, I was searching for collectibles the entire time. I spent hours upon hours looking for them. I have found all of them, so don't worry. I will make a video on that. Now, I mentioned that there's a reveal in this game that might be nice if you don't know about it. This is the point where you should click off the video. Last chance. Alright, so as you can see, I've been swinging my Leviathan axe pretty efficiently. This is my favorite weapon in the game, but the Blades of Chaos are back. Oh, when I discovered that, I just had chills running up and down my body. And I'm not going to spoil how it's incorporated into the story, how Kratos from all the preview videos and everything we've seen up to this point was just basically using the Leviathan axe. There is a way that they incorporate the Blades of Chaos in this game that is so well crafted. Just how they incorporate it is amazing. Now, even notice here there's a little door there and there's a seal above it, and you have to destroy the 3 seals, matching seals, to open that door. A lot of this game has a lot of those tied to chests in the other doors where there's just a chest inside that door. So at this point in this video, I didn't really think anything of it. It's actually part of this encounter. So I spent about 6 minutes running around looking for the final shrine. Here's number 2. So I am going to cut out that 6 minutes of me walking around. And in all honesty, I was also looking for collectibles. No point in showing all that. This is my first run through, as I mentioned earlier. So that's Dragon Shrine number 2. That, again, at some point I will realize that I have to go through that door. So we're gonna have to solve that puzzle. It's a puzzle within a puzzle to free the dragon. So I'm running away for it. So let's go ahead and cut back to the part, that aha moment, when I realize what I gotta do. So there's 3 little bells that you gotta ring. There's one right in front of us. There's one behind this cage. Well, I realized that you gotta take this little glowing thing and then have Atreus shoot it with his shock arrow, and that'll ring the bell. There's another crystal thing there, and I'm going to throw my axe up here. You got to ring all 3 of those within 5-10 seconds. I don't know what the time is. If you don't do it in time, the bells will all reset, and you got to ring them all. So that is how you do that. A lot of the puzzles in this game are kind of based around that kind of concept. You would think it would get old, but for some reason it just doesn't. Now we're gonna make our way up on that cliff. Oh, I'm on fire. God, this game is gorgeous. I am playing on the PS4 Pro. I don't have a 4K TV because I got it running through my Elgato capture card, and unfortunately that just doesn't support 4K, at least the one I have. But I do have a 4K TV. I'm gonna hook the PlayStation up to it and just see how much better it even looks. But even on a standard definition monitor, the Pro just looks gorgeous. Now on this bridge, we got to break this thing to lower it. Now as I'm crossing it, look to the right, you're going to see a little green bird. It's a raven. Briefly, it was there for like 4 frames. That is one of the collectible types. You got to destroy 50, I think it's 51 of those birds. And let me tell you guys, they are a pain in the ass to find. There are some really well hidden birds in this game. Now, if you go to the map, you have a list of all the collectibles you found for each of the various regions. So you know where you're missing one. You just don't know where, and some of them, again, are very well hidden. So we are at the site of the 3rd and final shrine here. We got to take care of these, I don't know, these little worm dog things. I have no idea what they are. Like, kind of look like salamanders, I guess. They're a pain in the ass because they'll actually burrow underground. So as you go up and try to to whack it with your hammer or your blades or whatever, they'll just go underground. One of the cool things is you team up with Atreus and use Atreus' shock arrow to shoot it. It'll kind of stun it and prevent it from going underground. So you really got to kind of combine your combat techniques with Atreus's. Again, once you kind of get the balance down, once you get kind of the memorization of how to do it and instinctively shoot arrows all the time, it's very easy. It sounds much more complicated than it really is. But just how both of the two characters kind of work as one is really, really good. And of course, with combat, you can customize your character's abilities, whether what kind of special abilities they have. There's many different enhancements and runes and stats in this game that just you can really customize it to how you want to play. How I'm playing here, which is not very good, I understand that, is not how you're going to play, hopefully. Alright, so we destroyed the shrine. I picked up another thing that was part of another side quest. Now we're going to go over to this anchor and release it. Now the main quest in this game and the side quests and how they intertwine all of it into one big story is truly amazing. I have no idea how that was done, how the writing team just was amazing. There's so much lore, and almost all of it was interesting. There's comedy in this game, not from Kratos, not in the direct sense at least, more indirectly. He's got some funny moments. He's definitely, you know who Kratos is. This is the same Kratos from all the other games, although it's a little softer around the edges in this game. All right, so moving on to number 3, we're in an area called Vithurgard, I think it is. Now this dragon, unlike the other ones, is not so nice because the other ones weren't trying to kill us. This one is. It doesn't help that I'm walking in here with no health. I don't know if I even knew that at the time. Probably did once the screen started flashing red. One would hope. Anyway, we're gonna go find a shrine up here. Just like the other, the second dragon, there is a period of confusion on my part that I'm gonna just cut out. Not really so much confusion. There's a chest with the 3 symbols again. That you have to go and find the symbols and destroy the symbols. Similar to what we did before, except you don't have to do it within a certain time frame. And it's gonna unlock a chest. And inside that chest is either going to be a health upgrade or a rage upgrade. Just like all the other God of War games, you got to find, for every 3 that you find, it'll increase your health or your rage bar. So just like the other games, there are more of those than that's required. You get a trophy for maxing out both, one for each. But this will be one of those. Once I get to it, make 100 times more sense. First, we're going to go up over here. We're going to get the second shrine. As I'm approaching it, I'm just going to tap the square button 3 times to shoot 3 shock arrows at this guy up here. Atreus will always fire whatever you're looking at, and it's spot on with his aim. It's really easy. And you can see that he took out the enemy before I even approached it. Alright, so I noticed that there's a little shrine thing over there. I thought it might have been one of the dragon shrines that I was looking for, but it's a seal for this chest. There's another seal right there. One I was just looking at a moment before was number 2. And those are tied to this chest here. You see one of the seals is missing because I've already destroyed it. So now I'm going to go down there and look for that seal, and I totally get sidetracked, forgetting the mission. The mission is to save Odr? OTR? I don't know what is, how to pronounce the name. So, skip forward here. We're back on track here. I'm making my way across to the opposite side of this bridge. It is blocked. I am going to unblock it. Because it was blocked, we had to go take a long way around. And we have another puzzle here. So again, a puzzle within a puzzle. There's a little lore thing over there, and there's one of those little green ravens I was telling you about. I'll go back and record that in a few minutes after this video is ended. So while you do control what Atreus fires his arrows at, you don't actually control what he does. Now he does have other melee type moves. He will go up and choke enemies. And if you fire an arrow while he's choking an enemy, he will jump off the enemy's back up into the air and fire an arrow at it. It looks really cool. It's so seamless. And when you knock an enemy up in the air, if you fire an arrow while the enemy's up in the air, it'll actually suspend them in air longer, leaving them more vulnerable. Combat in this is really good. I got myself a parry there, so I'm getting a little better here at the combat. Definitely from when we did the first dragon. I am also a much stronger Kratos. Alright, so now we gotta solve this puzzle. Now we cleared the area. Now you can see this just left of the door, there's an up arrow and an R, and then to the left of that are these little spinning things. You gotta match the spinning thing to the symbol just to the right by the door. So we're gonna spin this here, match that symbol up, find ourselves something that looks like an R, and then do it on the opposite side, but you can see this, the things are gone. The plates have fallen off, so we don't know what they are. That's kind of the puzzle here. Now I imagine if you want to just kind of throw your axe and spin these things around and round and around, you'll eventually figure it out by guessing. But the way you should do it is look for them. So I'm going to come back here. That's actually where the dragon's shrine thing is that we're going to get to just momentarily. But here is the seal. That's looks like an N. So I'm going to spin the top one around to the N and then just spin the bottom one around. Within 3 hits of it, it'll show up. Now I mentioned the ravens that you gotta find. Again, there's 51. I believe there's 51. There's also artifacts that you need to find. I don't find any artifacts in this video, but there are also shrines, a different type of shrine. I forget what they're called. There's gonna be one inside here. You'll see it looks like a big brown cabinet right in front of us. You have to open up 11 of those, and there's another trophy tied to that. Right there to the left. Again, none of the trophies are missable. You can do them on any difficulty. I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10 rating difficulty and probably take you about, I don't know, 40, 50 hours. It's really hard for me to gauge just because I'm doing a lot of exploration, a lot of finding things, so you guys don't have to. See if we can blow this guy up. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now that we made it through this little kind of shortcut through the temple, there's definitely more to do in there, don't worry. We're gonna open break this shrine open, free the dragon, and get the Dangerous Skies trophy. You can see there's Atreus kind of doing that little choke thing I mentioned earlier. Now, one thing you can't do in this game is just kind of skip encounters, because you're locked out of interacting with doors or anything while you're in combat. And you'll see in just a moment I'll open that gate, but there we go. They're all dead, so let's go through. And this is, as much as I hate to say it, it's almost a perfect game. Not much I don't like. If I was to nitpick, I would say his climbing, when you climb up cliffs or coming down, is a little slow. Maybe that could be a little faster. That might be my biggest complaint. And it is such a minute detail.
Please don't eat us. Please don't eat us.
Please don't eat us. I love it. All right, so now the third dragon is free. We are now free to earn the Dangerous Skies trophy, and you guys are certainly free to subscribe. I appreciate that. Also, make sure you guys hit the like button. Sorry, I kind of went off on a little ramble here.
Welcome.
But I love this game so much, and I hope you do too. So there's the trophy. Thanks for watching. See you soon.